What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on my camper and installing my new diesel heater. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeff. I make an assortment of DIY videos, whatever project I'm currently working on. Here is my truck and camper, all ready to go on its maiden voyage. Guess I technically already took it out once, but I haven't slept in it, so I'm still gonna count this as the maiden voyage. But got everything I need here to get this diesel heater installed. And here it is. It's gonna sit right here. This is the same spot where I have my little window unit AC. It's pretty simple to, it's a perfect little spot for either the heater or the AC. I really don't need both in the camper at the same time, so it works perfect. It's really the perfect spot because I have these little vents that I added too, so there's plenty of airflow in this little box here. This little diesel heater will actually pull air from the outside, which it doesn't have to, from that little vent back there, but it's a little bit better that way, I think. I gotta hook everything up. It's just sitting in there for now, so I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do everything. Pull it out and show you which one I got. All I really have to do to install it is drill a hole in my wood for the exhaust. So I think the exhaust is going to come out here, and then the air intake will be on the inside. I think that's the best way to do it. This is the diesel heater that I got. It's a Silvel all-in-one. See, here's some of the info right here. It came with this guy. It comes with everything you need. So this is for the air intake. This is for the exhaust. This is the muffler. This is my heat shrink. That didn't come with it. And it comes with a bunch of little clamps and stuff to clamp all this stuff down. The wire that it came with isn't long enough, so I just added some more wire, and I'm gonna use the heat shrink for that. Yeah, this is it. It says on low, it says it can run for like 24 hours, and on high, like 8 hours. We'll put it to the test and see how it all works. Underneath here is where, if you can see, that's the intake and the exhaust. That's what I gotta hook up. Seems like it's gonna be a real simple install. Hopefully this all works good. The Amazon Black Friday deals got me. This was only like, it was under $100. I'll leave a link down below. I think I paid like 89 bucks for it, so I couldn't pass up the deal. I know one of my subscribers was talking about a propane furnace made for these like RVs and stuff, but this diesel heater is so cheap and they're really easy to work on, and there's a ton of videos out there about them. So for how good of a price I got, I just decided to go the diesel heater route for now, and then I have a little buddy propane heater as a backup and a little 200 watt electric little space heater for a secondary backup. So what I'm going to do first is drill these holes for the exhaust and the intake and get that all figured out. Sorry guys, I don't know how much you're gonna be able to see here. Alright, we got it in there, guys. Okay, we're business. So I got it basically where I want it. Alright, so I got this little piece of wood up front to make it level. I'm gonna screw all that down. But this is where the air intake comes out. So this is what I got. Air intake's there. Exhaust is back there. It's actually free floating. It's not touching the wood at all, which is what I wanted. So you come out here, you can see it. I still gotta adjust this a little bit so it's not so close to my tail light. I'm gonna pull it out this way a good bit. But then the air intake is right here, and it'll be able to suck air and never get wet or anything. So this is how I wanted to have it set up. exhaust comes out here, and then it's isolated, so the air intake can't suck up any exhaust. Like that. I'll probably make a little hanger for it so it doesn't just flap all around. On the air intake. All right, so now we're gonna run these wires over to my battery, and hopefully it all works. All right, guys, so I got my wires coming all the way over, coming to here, right under here. This is my mess of a battery system. I gotta organize all of this. This is the one thing you guys haven't seen yet, but this is the quick disconnect system for my truck to charge the battery while I'm driving. So it's hooked it to a battery isolator, and this blue guy is grounded to the frame of my truck, and the red guy is hooked up to my alternator, pretty much hooked up to a battery isolator first. But whenever the isolator reads that it's putting out like 13.1, I think, then the isolator kicks on and it starts to charge my battery. So whenever I shut the truck off, it doesn't drain my truck battery. So just I think this is a winch quick disconnect. It just unplugs right here, separates. But so yeah, just have that in there for now. I'm gonna hook this diesel heater. You can see I have a distribution bar for my battery. So there. This is currently my charger that's plugged in right now. Okay, so he's grounded to the battery. Then I have my 8-gang block thing over here. So this first one, I have it set up so it turns on all of it. This one right here turns on my outside lights. And now I'm gonna hook my diesel heater to this last one. I can mark all of them, but it'll just be easier. So I'll keep these front ones for lights and these back ones for like accessories. So this very back one, I'm gonna hook the diesel heater to. So it's really easy. I bought this guy on Amazon a while ago. Just some male and female crimp connectors. But you just put this right on this wire. All you do is pick which switch that you want to connect it to, and just plug it right on. All right, it's plugged in. Let's go look at my diesel heater. So as you can see, nothing is on right now on my diesel heater. So we go over, flip this switch on, and now it's on. Let me close the door. It's easier for you to see. There we go. It's 1:15 right now. I'm gonna set all this stuff up real fast. So, okay. 1:15. Timer, I'm gonna leave it off for now. And the code, leave that off. I think this is how you prime it. I think we got that all figured out. Let me turn it on. Alright, I got a fault code last time. Let's see if it works now. Let's see if this works. There it is. Started working. Alright guys, and I got it working. It wasn't working from this 8 gang panel I have. It said it wasn't getting enough voltage, I guess. So this guy, and we got heat. Need a vacuum in here. Alright guys, that's my new diesel heater for my camper. Got it all set up and working. The only thing I didn't do yet is put the clamps around this guy right here and right here. So you can see how it moves like that. So if I put some clamps on there, which it came with, I just didn't do it yet. But yeah, got some nice heat blowing out here, nice steady heat. I think I got this figured out for the most part, the temperature at least, so that just controls how much it blows out, basically how hot and how much. Still gotta screw it down. I'm only gonna put maybe 1 screw, or I'll probably just use these 2 front ones, just screw it into place just to keep it easy, and I won't worry about it going anywhere. So I still gotta organize the wires a little, just like I have these little wire hangers. I'm gonna do the same thing for that one. And since I couldn't use this little 8 gang panel over here, I'm just gonna wire in a manual switch so I can turn it off if I want to manually. But if I use my main power disconnect, this guy right here, if I turn that off, then that would turn my heater off too. So, but I think I want its own switch where I can turn it on and off, because even when you turn the heater off, it still has power. This display unit still is on, and it will always drain battery if it's on like that. So I just want its own little switch just to turn it off. Other than that, working really good. I have 2 carbon monoxide detectors in here right now, one there and one right here. This is where I'm going to be sleeping. So I've had them in there for a while now, and they haven't gone off, so everything seems to be good. I don't have any carbon monoxide leaking in here, where I still got fresh air at least. So yeah, seems to be working good. Getting ready to take my camper on its main voyage here for deer season, going up to one of my friend's camps. This little diesel here is working good. I have it set to pretty much its lowest setting, so it's at like, I think 10 degrees Celsius was set at right now, and it's blowing out really, not blowing very hard at all, just really nice consistent heat coming out of here. About the same as a little space heater. I would say a very similar heat compared to a little like 1500 watt heat space heater. The noise, it's not noisy at all. I've seen some people complain about that, about the ticking sound of the pump. Maybe it'll get annoying, but I really don't think it'll be a problem right now. I think when I'm trying to go to sleep, that'll actually be the perfect little bit of background noise to let me go to sleep, but we'll see. But yeah, having it on that low setting, it's nice and warm in here. This camper is not very big, and I have it insulated pretty well. So it looks like I won't have to run this on high ever, even if it's really cold outside. Just keeping it on this like lowest setting, pretty much one of the lower settings, it seems to be doing fine. Really happy with it so far. We'll see how long it lasts and see how many parts I have to replace and whatever. But like I said before, if it ever does break, I do have a couple backup heating plans, just temporarily. But yeah guys, came together nice. Got that diesel heater for a really cheap price. I was gonna get one of the other ones that has its own separate fuel tank and route it outside and do all that, but these all-in-ones seem to be really simple, and when I need to fill it with diesel, I can just put a little bit of diesel in like a smaller can, because I have a 5-gallon can for diesel. But I can just put some in a smaller can and then just transport it right to there. I have this little hatch where I can open up, put it right in there, and we're good to go. You can can see that little vent back there where it's pulling fresh air in. And I could even open that vent up too if I wanted to, just to have a little bit more airflow in here if I really wanted. Because I'll probably keep this window either cracked or open, just to make sure I have lots of nice fresh air in here. But at the end of the day, having the carbon monoxide detectors is always a good thing to have. You never know. But yeah guys, pretty happy with this thing. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this helps someone out. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below. I really appreciate it. And that's gonna be it. Hope you have a great day. Peace.